A University of Minnesota psychologist defines cyberbullying as a specific form of aggression and one that is used deliberately to secure resources. Bullying can be one of the most form of aggression, and one is used deliberately to secure resources. Bullying can be one of the most prevalent forms of aggression, especially in youth, and can lead to severe cases of antisocial behaviors. In preventing cyberbullying, by understanding why people decide to bully their peers through social medias, I am here to bring awareness of cyberbullying and hopefully help create enough information to help understand individuals the seriousness of these actions. As of 2012, 93% of teenagers are active users of the internet, and approximately 75% of the teenagers have cell phones in 2004. The rate of teenagers with cell phones was 45%. The 30% increase over the last couple of years, combined with the emergence of multiple different social media outlets, leads an overwhelming for kids to be bullied by other bulliers. And the consequences of this are so slim to none. We need to understand why cyberbullying takes place and able to notice early warning signs. I found that in most of my research, as I show in this graph right now, the studies that report cyberbullying in the blue print, studies that report in school bullying are in the gray point, and school bullying victims were also cyberbullying victims in the purple, and cyberbullying victims that were also school bullying victims in the red, for you guys to follow. Students have been shown both cyberbullying and school bullying by various nations' survey organizations. One study done by the Metro West Adolescent Health Survey shows that an estimated 20,000 students, of 15.8% of students, have been cyberbullied. And also, as you can see in the graph, that it shows that some that have been cyberbullied also been cyberbullied not just in the computers and social medias, but also in school as well. Some reasons school bullying occurs are the bully has a strong need to dominate, as a low self-esteem, self-loathworthy, helplessness, or you're also being bullied at home. There are two different types of bullying, but the bully in both types share a common characteristic of low self-esteem, insecurities, and unhappiness within themselves. Cyberbullying occurs in social medias, as they say. Rebecca Ann was also cyberbullied on social medias. I will share her story with you guys of how she was convinced by other cyberbullied people to commit suicide.
Rebecca Ann Sedgwick was laid to rest today, just a few weeks shy of her 13th birthday. She was known as Becca, and police say she took her life after getting bullied relentlessly by kids on the internet. As Michelle Miller reports, Becca left behind a message about the power of words.
Many of the teens at Rebecca Ann Sedgwick's funeral wore bright-colored ribbons and T-shirts. They say it was to draw attention to the internet messages they believe convinced the 12-year-old she was better off dead. Tricia Norman is Rebecca's mother.
What was said to Becca that you'll never, ever be able to erase from your memory?
You haven't killed yourself yet. Go jump off of a building. That's another big one, because that's exactly what she did. Sorry.
In the hours before she jumped from this tower, Rebecca left phone and online messages to her closest friends to say goodbye.
Does it grieve you, though, that she didn't open up to you, that it had started again?
It makes me angry, and it hurts, because she's always came and told me everything.
The worst taunts came from a group of 15 students. They began last year.
I started seeing a sadder Rebecca, and then she went to counseling for about 3 or 4 months after that. Her last appointment, the counselor asked her how she felt, and she said she thought she was doing a lot better.
She changed schools. Her mother took her cell phone away and monitored Rebecca's online accounts. But police say the bullies began to target Rebecca on social media her mother didn't know about. Authorities are looking at whether they can file cyber-stalking charges against the middle schoolers.
I mean, where did they get this hatred from? I mean, who's teaching the hatred to these kids that they're just going to be that mean to somebody? I want them to pay for it because they took my baby away. They took her confidence away. They took her self-worth away. And now she's gone from me.
Rebecca Ann Sedgwick kept a journal. In it she wrote, "How many lives have to be lost until people realize words do matter?" Michelle Miller, CBS News, Lakeland, Florida.
In addition to cyberbullying, it's knowing how to prevent it, learning how the warning signs of what a child carries when they're being cyberbullied or when they are the perpetrators themselves of bullying somebody else. There are a lot of warning signs that indicate that your child is being cyberbullied or the offender of the Bullying Act. The first step for parents, according to the Cyberbullying Research Center, is to watch your child's technology slowly and usage. Are they hiding their computer or their windows when you come around? Are they shutting down windows when you come around? Do they have many different types of accounts? If so, maybe they are the cyberbullied. When they're being bullied, they will be more withdrawn, more isolated, afraid to go use their technology which once they loved. Or they would constantly hide from text messages or not want to answer or afraid to open up a window or use their social media like they used to. If they no longer use their technology devices they used to and become withdrawn from family and friends, that is a warning sign that there's a possibility your child is being cyberbullied. If your child is the one that's being cyberbullied, please step in and prevent it. Wonder why are they bullying others? Is it a behavior or is it a disability? Finally, to recognize the reasons why children become bullies and know what signs to observe when they're experiencing a child being bullied. What can we do to make a difference? In my conclusion, as being a parent or a friend or a loved one of a child that's being bullied, it's difficult because you feel that you have no control. But the truth is, the first prevention of cyberbullying is knowing what is cyberbullying. To bring awareness to cyberbullying or bullying, the best thing is communication. Know what your child is doing or what technology they're getting into. Although it's done through technology, the effects of bullying are all alike. Cyberbullying will continue because they prefer to be private, the accessibility and the disinhibition. Although it's done through technology, the effects of bullying are all alike. To be able to recognize the warning signs in your child that there is an issue by how they display emotional or behavioral changes. In many cases, a child will not report that they're being bullied. If your child is the aggressor, you need to immediately seek help. Know why they're being aggressive. Maybe something happened. Maybe it's within home. When you turn on the news, you hear so much about bullying and how much the epidemic is growing on a daily basis. As a parent, all you want to do is keep your child safe. There is too much tragedy of a child that's being cyberbullied and how they feel helpless, unworthy, and hopelessness. As a parent, the best thing is for you to know is how do you prevent it, and what is cyberbullying, and when does it occur? Mark Twain said it best. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see.